Alcohol jokes. A white horse goes into a bar, and orders a pint of bitter. €1 blimey, €1 trademark the. Barman says, €1 we sell a whiskey named after you €1 trademark €1 what, Eric €1 trademark says the. Horse. Alcohol jokes. Q. What does a shot of Everclear and a woman have in common? A. Both of them make men start talking nonsense. Alcohol jokes. David Hasselhoff walks into a bar, and says to the barman, €1 I want you to call me David Hoff €1 trademark €1 sure, €1 trademark says the barman. €1 no hassle €1 trademark. Alcohol jokes. Q. Why doesn't Simon Cowell drink whiskey? A. Because it makes him mean. Sport jokes. The wife of a boxer wakes up because of the sounds that come from the dining room. She wakes her husband up, Rocky, I think someone wants a particular boxing lesson. Alcohol jokes. An Irishman drinks at the pub until they close. He stands up to leave and falls flat on his face. He tries to stand one more time and falls again. He figures he'll crawl outside and get some fresh air and maybe that will sober him up. Outside, he tries to stand up and falls flat again. He gives up and crawls the 4 blocks to his house, crawls up the stairs and pulls himself into bed. Next morning, his wife stands over him shouting, "So, you've been out boozing again? What makes you say that?" He asks, putting on an innocent face. The pub called, "You left your wheelchair there again." Sport jokes. I like to watch the World Series. Here's what I do. I sit down and drink a few beers in my underwear and scream at the TV. That's until they throw me out of Applebee's. Dave Letterman. Alcohol jokes. A drunk walks up to a barkeeper one day and says, "If I show you a trick, will you give me a free drink?" The barkeep says depends on how good of a trick it is. The drunk reaches into his pocket and pulls out a frog and places him behind the piano. The frog starts to play the sweetest jazz riff the barkeeper has ever heard. He pours the drunk his drink. The drunk, after killing his drink, says, "If I show you another trick, can I have another free one?" The barkeep says if it is anything like that last one, you can drink free all night. The drunk reaches into his other pocket, pulls out a rat, sets it on top of the piano, and the rat starts scatting along with the frog. Impressed, the barkeeper starts to pour drinks as fast as the drunk can drink 'em. After several hours, a big-time Hollywood agent walks in, sees the act and frantically asks the barkeeper who it belongs to. The barkeeper points to the drunk who is passed out on the floor. The agent wakes him up and says, "I will give you $1,000,000 for that act." The drunk says not for sale. The agent says, "Okay, 100 grand for just the scatting rat." The drunk say, "Deal." The agent writes the check and leaves with the rat. The barkeeper looks at the drunk and says, "Are you nuts? You had $1,000,000 act that you just broke up for a wimpy 100 grams s." The drunk says, "Relax, the frog is a ventriloquist." Alcohol jokes. A man, whose level of drunkenness was bordering on the absurd, stood up to leave a bar and fell flat on his face. "Maybe all I need is some fresh air," thought the man as he crawled outside. He tried to stand up again but fell face first into the mud. "Screw it," he thought. "I'll just crawl home." The next morning, his wife found him on the doorstep asleep. "You went out drinking last night, didn't you?" she said. Yes," he said sheepishly. "How did you know? You left your wheelchair at the bar again." Alcohol jokes. Q. what do you call 24 sorority girls walking down the street? A case of Schlitz.